Hello, Neok here, of the Slants HQ. As we picked off from our noon video, we read The Espionage, Yellow Circle, Busted, and Resistance 101, and today we will read Reunion Part 2, Reunion Part 3, Mars Pirates, and Seers of the Void to catch us up with today's next two episodes. The Breakout. Come midnight, the Slants break out of the factory, battle the guards, including Drudigus, who doesn't seem to care too much, and hop onto the back of a bullet train headed to Remus's location. But so does Administrator Jackson. They battle, and Kyrus exposes Jackson to Jackalus, who confirms the Slant's knowledge to the rest of the rebels, and then starts shooting missiles at everyone. Coctopow stabs him in the eye with a poison pen, but he is alive. He says that as long as the Critigus family lives on, he will keep returning, as he gave his allegiance to the Critigans long ago. Kyrus kills him anyway. He poofs into darkness, and the bullet train arrives right at the place where they are holding Remus, as the Slants arrive right as the Hexagons are trying to insert a chip into Remus to make him evil. The Slants win over the evil Hexagon scientists and guards, including that one annoying Qualt guy from the espionage episode, and wake up Remus, who bashes out of the liquid-filled container he was in. He asks how the Slants got him out of there, and Dr. Goodwell explains everything. Remus then looks at Levada, and comments on how he didn't know a methane-based being could be so cute, and Levada says something similar to Remus. Goodwell, Vect, and Boxit, and Kyrus exchange looks and whispers. Everyone, including Levada, Clubage, Charlotte, Clubage's friend Shia, and Resistance, get into a ship and head to the GTO base on Oro, which has since been fully rebuilt. They see a Critigan ship tailing them, but it quickly turns around as soon as it is seen. The end. Until Part 3. Things are not the same. And for the record, Part 1 was the season pilot. Things are not the same. When the ship arrives at the GTO base, Clubage and Shia apply for GTO membership, and Nakurta Nokama, the Glockamorian who is in third in command of Boxit Industries behind only Zalel and Vect and Boxit, joins the Slants. Remus also quickly realizes that things aren't how they were before. Everyone seems different in some way. And Vectum warns Remus on how someone has done some bad things. When Remus gets to Spencer, Dr. Goodwell says it is no one directly related. Remus wanders the halls until he has to sit down and gather his thoughts and feelings when he realizes the corrupt one may be his own stepson, Kyrus. Concerned and possibly in denial, Remus rushes to the Slants Archives databank, where he encounters Slug, who tells Remus that he may find some criminal records about Slug, but Remus is just focused on Kyrus. He opens his stepson's file and encounters lawsuits, newspapers, and other things, all which make it clear that Kyrus is one bad egg. He confronts Kyrus, who regrets his actions, and Remus runs into Oliver. Oliver explains how the Slants suffered a lot during Remus's quote-unquote death, and that they all have a lot of regret. Oliver also says that he and Indy experienced a feeling of serenity and enlightenment during their reclusive worship that they may want to feel again, and because of that they will be quitting soon, which Remus respects. Oliver finally says that the Slants will never be what it used to be, but that might be a good thing after all. The end. Mars Pirates. Early in the morning, Remus wakes up all the Slants to go to their new mission, which is an emergency defense of a Martian colony from space pirates. Once they get ready, the Slants fly to Mars on their new slant jet. When they get there, they easily scare off, knock out, and capture the pirates, before they can do much harm to the colony. Right as they are about to leave, the Slants are intercepted by the Critigan Hex, led by Drudigus, the Admiral from Season 4, and Voizon, who is that annoying Qual guy who keeps working up the ranks from the episodes Breakout and the Espionage. The Admiral has been resurrected as a cyber zombie, while Voizon is High Sergeant, getting ready to become Administrator the next day. Drudigus then tells the Slants about how he's hired the space pirates as a distraction. After he informs the Slants, Drudigus signals his Critigan Hex army to attack the Slants, and a large battle starts. During the battle, Voizon uses a biomechanical mech, and Kyrus kills the Admiral, who dissolves into a black fluid. In the fluid's reflection is a man wearing a red suit with a blue Critigan symbol embroidered on the suit's shoulder. After this, the Slants scare off the Critigan Hex, who flee the colony just as the Slants exit it, as they have defeated and captured Voizon, the annoying Qual guy. Just as the slants fly back to the main GTO base, Dridigus takes his mask off. The slant jet exits Mars just before the slants can get a good look at his face. To be continued. The Seers of the Void. Everyone was trying to figure out what the figure in the Admiral's dark blood puddle was when they find out that he is a former knight from the 1830s. Sir Lord Augustus John Dridivar, which they all think is a combination between Dridigus and Vorgan. They also find out that the names Critigus, Sigurdirk, Dridigus, and others are just common ruler names in the Vina-worshipping religion, and that Dridivar may have something to do with the dimension called a void. Kubich asks Voizon, who is being held prisoner by the slants, what is up. Voizon says that he will be renaming the Critigan Hex the Seers of the Void, and then his pupils turn purple, he shoots black holes at the laser bars, destroying them, chops Kubich's leg clean off, and escapes to a base on the planet Ulela, where he is then retitled High Despot. Dridigus does not appreciate Voizon ranking up this quickly and taking control of Dridigus' organization, so then Voizon kills Dridigus, whose mask falls off, revealing him as actually Lance Staples. As Voizon then destroys the Hexagon's AI overlords, he then moves the official Hexagon capital to Ulela, near Alpha Island, where the Slants fought the Dark God Alpha, and announces that he has assassinated their overlords, which Decker and his fellow friends and Hexblades are very concerned about. When their concerns are heard, Voizon fires Decker and the rest of the Hexblades and threatens them with a weapon so that they leave quickly. When all is said and done, Voizon, the annoying Qual guy, is leader of the Hexagons. To be continued. Stay tuned at 6:30 for the song and the first episode post, and at 7 for the mini episode post. This has been Neon Cupcock reading you the Reunion Part 2, the Reunion Part 3, Mars Pirates, and Seers of the Void.